Of course, on the first video that I get to actually properly use my product, I've broken out. I'm a little bit ill and I look knackered. But I guess it makes for a good before and after. Hello, last time I saw you guys, I was blubbing about this guy here, my Milk and Cookies highlighter with Ofra. If you haven't heard, where have you been? How's that rock you've been living under? But yeah, Ofra and I have teamed up together. I should have gotten a brand new one, but this is real life here. This is my very well loved Milk and Cookies highlighter that I have been using for months now. And if you didn't see the video, it's the best highlighter. I'm biased, but it's the best. It's available now. You can also get it on Beauty Bay. It's been a lot over the past few days. And I just wanted to start this video by saying thank you. Just thank you for your support. Thank you for your love on Instagram, here, like everywhere. I'm just bit overwhelmed really. And so of course, to celebrate the launch of this guy here, I'm gonna be doing a full face of Ofra. It's half a testing video because there are some new products that I haven't tried from them before that I am very excited about, but also there are some products that I have been loving for years. And of course, you're gonna be seeing this guy in action. And yeah, I need to stop myself here from talking because otherwise I will just sit here for another like 10 minutes just thanking you all over and over again. I wanted to do this video months ago, but I held out just so I could feature this guy in it. So let's get into it. Oh man, it's so annoying. Highlighter comes so late in a video, so I just want to put it on now, but I'm just gonna swatch it all in one and just show you guys that, if you haven't seen it already, the best. Okay, so first I'm gonna clip my hair back like I normally do, and of course, add some ears in a minute. I wish I had my own little Ofra ears or something. I should have done that. Okay, cat ears will do. Ooh. So first of all, I'm gonna go in with the Rodeo Drive primer. If you didn't know, Rodeo Drive was like the thing that started off this whole little love affair with Ofra. And yeah, I think it was in like the summer of last year, they brought out a primer and they also brought out this guy here, little setting spray. I say little setting spray, it's like the size of my head, but this primer is banging. And that's coming from a girl that, as you know, I'm not really that into primers, but this one just gives you the best glow. It's not like super metallic, so you can actually just wear this on its own, but it just gives you like the nicest soft focus glow. Got a little bit of my eyebrow hairs there, but that's okay. So now I'm gonna take this sponge here and I'm gonna go in with their foundation. It's been a little while since I used this foundation, but when I did try this, I don't think I actually featured it on a video. When I did try this, I really, really liked it, but I might need to go for a lighter color today. But yeah, this is their Absolute Color foundation, and trust me, this covers, like this really, really covers a lot. I'm gonna take some of that and just blot that all over my cheeks. This is a foundation that I don't really hear anyone talk about, and it's really good. It's like full coverage, but it has a really nice skin texture, as you can probably see. I'm gonna take a little bit more. I might even go in with a little bit of shade 2 and just focus that over my spots here. It's like really, really lightweight, but builds up really nicely. I'm kind of planning on doing quite a bright eye makeup look today, so I might regret doing my base first, but we'll see. We'll try and make it work. You know, no biggie. It's just a video with the brand that's literally like made my dream happen. Like, more people need to talk about this, please, because it gives you such nice coverage. It just looks like skin, and like it actually looks like skin. It doesn't give you any kind of overly dewiness, doesn't make you too matte, doesn't look powdery, cakey, nothing like that. I literally realized it today. I'm just gonna go with my brush as well quickly and just show you how it applies to the brush. I was actually digging out my products from Ofra today and I was like, I haven't even featured that foundation on my channel yet, and I just love it. I'm looking very beige right now, but I already feel a whole lot better. Like, it's amazing. You know, when you go to like doctors and they prescribe you medication or like bed rest or whatever, I prescribe you a little bit of makeup. Makes you feel so much better. So now it's something that I've actually not tried before. I knew they did these, but I didn't know you could use these as like a concealer. So this is called the Skin Sculpting one, and this one here is in the shade Dawn. So yeah, they do a bunch of different colors. This one here is their highlighting one, but I'm gonna use it as concealer. So let's see what this is like. It's gonna be awkward if I don't like it. It's super full coverage, like I can just tell. Where is my sponge? This stuff is like thick. Can you cover up the lack of sleep that I've had for the past 28 years? Ooh, okay, that's very brightening. That has actually given me a lot of coverage. Like, look at that. I'm gonna take a tiny little bit more just for the inner corner, because I always do that. And maybe I'll even pat it in with my finger, if I can reach without poking myself in the eye here. Sponge it is. Oh, I just got a tinnitus. My ears are like, okay. Obviously it's not blended fully out on my eyelids, I do have an eye primer to try, but look at that before and after. It's like completely different eyeballs. Okay, take a little bit more on this eye. And I'm gonna use it over my spots as well, because this stuff has coverage and Bit of highlighting. My under eyes are so highlighted right now and I'm kind of into it. By the way, guys, I didn't mention it at the start of the video. I do have a discount code for Ofra, which gets you 20% off, and I'm 99% sure that works on my highlighter as well. So if you want to save yourself some money on my highlighter or anything, you can just use the code Steph Toms. Wait, am I an actual YouTuber now? I have a collab, I have a discount code. All I need now is some kind of scandal. Please, God, no. That is so much coverage. This little guy here and the foundation, and I'm so into it, and I have something in my eye. I was trying to play it off, but I can't. So now before I go into powder, I'm gonna go in with one of their new liquid blushes. So this here is from their Ride or Die collection, which I recently got sent. And inside we have a blush, sir, which has a blusher and a bronzer in it. But yeah, right now I'm just gonna try out the liquid blush, which you guys know aren't normally a bit of me, but Ofra, I trust you. I trust you'll do a good one. So again, it's in the same kind of tube, and it's just this cute little doe foot. Gonna give myself a little smile. This is quite a pale pink one. I'll find out the color in 2 seconds. That's actually really pretty. It's not too liquidy at all. It's just kind of like blended in with my foundation. So what shade is this? This is in the shade Authentic. It's like a good color for me as well because it's not too much. And I'll try it with a brush. Yeah, I think I actually prefer it with a brush. Okay, cool. I'm gonna add a touch more on that cheek. Who am I? Actually going in with more liquid blusher? That's actually such a nice blusher. I can't promise you that this is gonna replace any powder blushes that I use because I just like using it like that because they are just easier for me. But that's actually a really, really nice formula. So now something that I'm a little bit nervous about is the powder, which again, I've not tried out before. The thing is as well is I love so many of these products on their own. Like I said, I love the foundation, and obviously I love all like their bronzers, blushes and stuff like that, but I've never worn it all together. So I'm just really curious how this will look. I'm just gonna blend out any creases that I have. I'm gonna take this fluffy brush here and go into the powder and just set that in place. Try not to set a cat hair onto my face. That looks pretty good. Whew, okay. I feel like now it's kind of smooth sailing from here on out because once the powder's all good, I'm like, okay, I feel safe now. And then I'll take some more of that on this larger brush. Oh, I just feel alive. I don't need vitamin C, I just need foundation. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with my On The Glow palette, which I think I got around about 1.5 years or so ago. And when I got this, I freaked out a little bit because it's just, look at it. But yeah, in this palette you get 6 different pans. So you have the Blissful Highlighter, Rodeo Drive. This I believe is the Americano bronzer. And then what else? You have the Beverly Hills Highlighter, which is this one here. The Egyptian Clay bronzer here, which has a little bit of a highlighter as well. And then the California Dream trio. But you can also just get them as like single products as well. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the Californian Dream bronzer here, because it's a little bit more cool tone than the other one. And I'm just gonna pop some of that in there and just lightly build it up because I'm gonna go in with quite a bit of bronzer in a minute. And then just a little bit on my forehead. Nice. So then I'm not gonna go in with the Americano bronzer just yet. I'm gonna go in with the Versatile Matte bronzer for a second. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. I don't use this one as much as the Americano one, but I feel like I would actually kind of prefer this just because it is matte. But I'm just gonna build that up on my cheeks a touch, like this. It's quite a red tone bronzer as you can see, so I'm taking literally the tiniest amount because I don't wanna go like full Oompa Loompa, but just a little bit. And then I'll just lightly go over with my foundation brush again. Oh my God, oh my God, we're actually about to get to the highlight bit. And you all know what the next step is, right? I'm gonna leave it with the bronzer for a second. I might add a little bit more in a second, but I wanna put my highlighter on my face, okay? Ta-da! Never gets old for me. So again, if you haven't seen it, there are 2 different shades. This one here is Milk, this one here is Cookies, and you can see the swatches on my fingers there. So where should we do it? Should we do it on my shoulder? Let's do Cookies. I know, right? And then let's do Milk there. I love them so much, but my favorite way to wear this at the moment is swirl them around. It gives like just a little bit of, I don't know, like this right now, this shade here is my most perfect highlight shade. It's got a little bit of gold from the Cookie shade. It's got a little bit of ice from the Milk shade. I love it. This is so weird just being able to go like, so now I'm gonna use my highlighter. I'm gonna swirl my brush around there, tap off the excess. And obviously the macro is gonna get involved with this. And I'm just gonna pop that on the top of my cheeks. And I don't know if you guys can see how lightly on my cheeks that I'm dusting this. I'm literally like, look, I'm barely touching my face and it's doing that. I'm so proud of it, man. Let's do a little bit more. I'm so sorry to my little Rodeo Drive here. I'll swatch Rodeo Drive next to it, just so you guys can see. So you can kind of see them all next to each other there. I then like to take the Milk shade on its own, just for the top of my face. So I'll just pop that above my brows. Can you believe that this is my highlighter? Because I can, and I might even go with a little bit of Milk on top as well, just because we've got to go hard with the highlighters today. Like if there's any day for me to go hard with it, it's today. So this is what Milk does. It just basically transforms like any highlight that you kind of put on your face. It just makes it go nuts, basically. So I know not everyone wants the most super metallic highlighter in the world. I'm only quietly judging you here. But yeah, if you want something ever so slightly more subtle, none of these are subtle. Let's not be silly here. But if you do want something a bit more subtle, this is a really good shade, or mixing them both together. But if you want something like intense, then Milk is your boy. I said this in my reveal video as well, but this does not pick up on any texture at all, because Ofra highlighters are actually like a liquid to bake formula, which is why they don't ever look powdery. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. We're gonna take the shade Milk. I said the moment we've all been waiting for. I've been waiting for this moment. I'm gonna take some Milk, and I'm gonna go hard with the Milk mustache today. It has to be done. Tap it on. We can do more than that. Don't be shy. Do not be shy. Look at that. I'm gonna wipe that off a little bit in a second, but like, you want Milk mustache? I present to you Milk mustache. Okay, now I've blot it down a little bit. Then I'm gonna go in with a teeny tiny little bit of Milk again, just on my finger. I literally took the tiniest little amount there. And just wiggle that on. And then a little bit more just down the center. If you go in with this with a heavy hand, I warned you, you don't need to. You'll be looking like the Tin Man. If that's what you want, I support you. But if you guys buy this, this will last you a really, really long time, even if you use it as much as I do. And we're gonna do a little bit of this and basically just douse my entire body in it. And a little bit of this. I still have a scar on my shoulder from when I curled my hair once. It literally burnt me for a split second and it's just there. So I'm just gonna cover it up with highlighter, because that's what we do here. You don't like something? Put highlighter on it. You know, at school when kids fall over and you just put like a wet paper towel on it, I think it's maybe just mostly a British thing. Now we just put highlighter on everything. Broken heart, highlighter. Spot, highlighter. Fell over and broke your arm, highlighter. Let's do my collarbone. Oh. In fact, you know what? Screw this, man. I'm going in with a big brush and I'm taking quite a lot, and I'm not getting my boobs out here, but I am just gonna cover my body in it. So pat that in there. It literally looks like I'm covered in like a liquid highlighter. And I'm looking close up at like my chest right now, which is not something I tend to do too often. What about you? But you can't even see any shimmer particles. It just makes you glow. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm actually like a really big fan of this stuff. Look at that. I am the Tin Man. Life goals achieved. And then because we all know this is gonna happen, I'm now gonna go in with a little bit of Milk as well on a pencil brush and just pop that on my inner corner. And then while I'm here as well, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more Milk on a Luxe Petite pencil brush. Just gonna brush up my brows a little bit and whack that on my brows as well. I just keep adding more because I'm like, I don't wanna stop talking about it. Look at me. I don't actually think I've ever been so highlighted on a video in my life. And I cannot stress this enough. In person, it's obviously like a lot, but you know, sometimes you can have highlighters and they just look ashy. Like there is nothing going on here. It's just like, there's no cast to it. Okay, I need to move on now and do the rest of my makeup, but if you guys did want to check this out and support me, like I said, I think you can use the code Steph Toms just to get 20% off. I think you'll really like it, I really do. So now I'm gonna try out another new product from Ofra. So this is one of their blushers. So like I said, I will just show you. It is a blusher and bronzer hybrid. So again, it's like a little split pan situation. I feel like I can get away with a little bit more bronzer. I'm gonna do it anyway, but I'm just gonna take a tiny touch of that and just go in with the bronzer on the top, just slightly higher on my cheekbones there, just because I do just want to give it a little try. But yeah, they've come out with 3 different shades of these, and this one is in the shade Crew. It's like a matte bronzer with a matte blusher. So speaking of which, I'm now gonna go in with this blusher here, which is honestly just like my most perfect blush color. Again, it's super pigmented, so I'm gonna tap that off and just blend it onto my cheeks. And then also just pat that around the rest of my face. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Rodeo Drive setting spray. So as you can see, it's got loads of Rodeo Drive goodness in there. So this stuff is pretty intense. So I'm just gonna do, I was gonna say a couple of spritzes. I've already done more than that. And just set that down a little bit. I also have this spray here from them, which I haven't actually tried yet. It's the Rose Makeup Fixer. This came in a little trio. Nice little mist. Smells of roses. Don't know what else I was thinking it was gonna smell of. Yes, please. And I am even more glowy now. And I just like to pat all of that in with my brush. I honestly don't think I've ever been so glowy in a video. So now I'm gonna go with their brow pencil. So this is the sort of color that we're dealing with here, which looks pretty good. And I'm just gonna fill in a couple of gaps there. Brow pencils like this, like actual pencils, aren't usually my thing, because I normally like to just fill in a few little gaps with some hair strokes. This isn't too intense. Normally I find that these things are either super creamy or super waxy, and this actually, that's actually kind of, what? Normally I would fill in my brows with a brow gel as well after, but I kind of feel like this is actually giving me all I sort of need, really. So yeah, it's not the kind of pencil that you would necessarily use to create brow strokes, but it is just filling in my brow hairs without looking too blocky. I mean, my eyebrows always look blocky, but that's just genetics here. I'm really into my brows right now, actually. I don't normally like these kind of pencils at all, but I feel like that just kind of did everything I needed to do. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go straight onto my lips because I don't fully know what I wanna do with my eyes yet, but I have this lip pencil here, which is in the shade Chestnut, and it's like a deep chocolatey brown. I've used, why do I try and talk whenever I'm doing lip liner? I've used Ofra liquid lipsticks before and they're so good, but I've never actually tried the other lip products. So I'm just gonna fill in my Cupid's bow. I was trying to hide the shrimp, I can't help it. Shrimp mode initiated. Oh, this is what I like to see. This kind of color, obviously it's a little bit warmer on my hand where I don't have loads of foundation on my lips, but I like it when I wear foundation on my lips and I go over with a lip liner and it makes it really, really cool toned. I love that so much. I love like grayish colors on my lips. Yep, good solid lip liner. And can we please talk about the fact that I used that all over my lips and it's still got a super sharp point. So now I'm gonna go in with this lipstick here. Like I said, never tried out one of their actual like bullet lipsticks before. I've just been a huge fan of their liquid lipsticks for years. This one here is in the shade Pink Lady. And as far as I can remember, it's quite a cool tone, kind of nudie pink. Oh yeah, ooh. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of this in the center. Oh, they smell like mint chocolate. Is that what it is, Ofra? They smell like mint chocolate. Like After Eights or something. Honestly, I would never normally go for this kind of color because it's almost got like a little bit of shimmer to it, but I think this with this lip liner works so well. But I do just want to quickly show you guys one of their liquid lipsticks. I'm going to use the tiniest little amount. This one here is in the shade Dubai. So it's this nudie brown there. And I'm just going to run that in the middle and just kind of tap it on. I'm using the tiniest amount here and then tap that in. And of course, gotta be done. I'm going to take a little bit of the sculpting stuff that I use, like the stuff that I used as concealer, and just lighten that up in the center. Cool tones, yes please. You can literally give me a warm brown liner and I can still make it cool toned. So we've done all the cool tones, we've stayed fairly safe here, so now I'm gonna go in with some eye primer, again, which I haven't tried at all. This is called the Eye Gel Primer. And I'm gonna pop some of that on my lid, and I'm just gonna pat that out with my sponge here. Blends out nicely. Nice! And now I'm looking at all the different palettes that I have. So I have this Pro palette here, but I also have this palette here, which I recently got. And I've been wanting to use it for a really long time just because of this shade. Like I just want that shade like all over my lid pretty much. I'm gonna go in with this palette here, the Pro palette, but I think I am gonna use this like shimmery lime shade all over my lids. Another thing that no one ever talks about with Ofra is their eyeshadows, but let me just swatch. Let's do this one. Shall we do another? Let's do the pink. Like you can see, I'm not really like doing any, I'm not digging into them, nothing like that. And it's just like, hello, I'm super pigmented. How about you? I also have two of these liners here, which they sent over to me. I'm gonna try and use them. I might even use them in my waterline. What should we even do? Just what? I think what I might do first of all is go in with this shade here, which is quite similar to like the icy green shade that I wanna use. I'm just gonna roll my brush in there and I'm just gonna pat that in my crease and then start blending that in a little bit. Again, I've used loads of Ofra eyeshadow palettes before, but I've not used it with this primer, so I'm like, please work. But by the way this is going on right now, looking pretty good. And I'm just gonna start blending that out. Then same brush, I'm gonna go in with this shade here. I'm not really gonna clean it off or anything because I am gonna use it to blend into what I just put on there, just to give it a little bit of something different as you go to the outer corner. And then I'm just gonna start blending that out. I'll do a little flick as well. Flick, 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 flick. So I'm then gonna go in with the Good To Go palette. They do a bunch of palettes like this. I also have this one, which I love. This is their new Solstice palette. But yeah, as you can probably see, you have a big highlighter in the middle, you have a bunch of different eyeshadow shades, and then you also have 2 face powders as well. So this one has 2 blushes. This one has a slightly deeper bronzer and a blush. But yeah, you can pretty much do like a full face with those. I'm covered in just so many different products right now, but let's swatch this guy here. Okay, I made a good executive choice here. That is stunning. Right, gonna go in with a fluffy shader brush. I don't know how blended I want this. I'm just gonna press it on. Whoa, that is literally the perfect color to go with whatever I have in my crease right now. Yeah, I don't know how far I'm gonna take it. Am I gonna go all over my lid? I don't know. My eye base isn't even wet right now. It's completely mattified down, but this is going on as if it was just like a cream. Hello there to myself, to my own face. I kind of just want to put it everywhere, really. Outer corner, inner corner, up my nose. Oh mate, that is stunning. I'm gonna go back in with that teeny tiny little fluffy brush I was using. I haven't put anything else on there just yet. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that minty shade that I first used and just bring it in ever so slightly more. And then do a couple more flicks. I've never really done an eye look like this before. Just like shimmer kind of everywhere and almost just like a block color, but I am feeling it. I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, I wonder what this eyeshadow would be like as well if I just used my finger. Would it go even more foiled? Question mark? Ooh, it's already so intense even without using your finger. You know I do this with love, right? Yeah, with your finger, it just adds a little bit of something different. Hits different. So now I'm looking at this green shade here and I'm just like, do I just use that? They're just these gel liner pots and they look so intense. Again, never ever ever used these before. Oh, they're very creamy. They're like a gel. That's intense. I just want to see what the yellow one looks like as well. It's so bright. So I'm just taking the tiniest amount. Ooh. What do you think? I think I am going to stick to the green. I mean, I haven't checked, but I'm guessing you can just use these in your waterline. It says fixed line eyeliner, so I'm doing it. I've already achieved all my hopes and dreams now with my Ofra highlighter, so if I die doing this, just know I died happy. Okay, this might be a little bit fiddly for me to actually film without things going in and out of focus. Let's try and get you in there. Oh, I love that. I am an alien and I love it. By the way, I get a lot of questions about the little teeny tiny brush that I use. I got these from TK Maxx, I think, but they're literally just tiny little paint brushes. I could not be more happy with how this is turning out. I wasn't even in the mood to film, really. I felt really, really ill, wanted to go back to bed, but now I'm like, I have nowhere to go, but I feel pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to their mascara. So this is called the HD Volumizing Mascara. I have used it before and I really, really liked it, but I just haven't used it in a while. You can see it's got a plastic wand, which you all know I love. And I'm gonna start by focusing on my top lashes first. I don't know if I wanna do my bottom ones yet. But yeah, the wand on this just picks up everything. Any teeny tiny hairs that you have, like right on the inner corner, it just gets them all. I find that when I go in with the second coat, it makes my lashes really, really clumpy, which I like. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but thankfully, this is my cup of tea, not yours. I ain't sharing. Like, look at that. It looks like I've got false lashes on. I'm gonna wait until I do my other eye to see if I do wanna do my bottom lashes, but I'm obsessed with this eye look. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera, do the other eye, mascara, all of that. I don't think I'll add lashes. I don't think I will actually. But yeah, I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and then I'll check back with you guys for the final look. I love this. All right guys, so this is the finished look and I am freaking obsessed. I never do any kind of like neon liner on my waterline, but I need to do it more because it's just, I feel like an alien and I really enjoy that. Today, I'm not gonna be doing any check-ins. I hope you guys don't mind, but like I said, I am just beat. To be honest, I'm beat in terms of like the makeup sense right now, but internally I'm beat. So there's not any kind of check-in today, but I mean, I normally only really do those check-ins for the foundation and stuff, and I know this stuff wears really well throughout the day. I just need a nap. I am 100% recreating this makeup look at some point when we can, you know, leave our house and when I don't feel like I need about 28,000 hours of sleep. I just love everything about this. The base, the eyeshadow, the highlighter. I think the highlighter might just be my fave. Did anyone see that coming? I'll just quickly touch on a few favorites. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no, no. This is what I get for just being messy. This is one of my favorites, this gel stuff, but my eyeshadow brush just ended up resting on it. But yeah, this eyeliner I had never tried before and I love it so much, and I am gonna be picking up a few more of these shades. Might even use my discount code. Steph Toms, 20% off. Am I cringy? Yes. Other favorites of mine that, like I said, I have already tried out before is of course the Rodeo Drive Primer and then the spray to go with it. Just try not to get it in your hair like I did. I really, really like these eyeshadow palettes. Like I said, I've tried out Ofra eyeshadows many, many times before, so it's not necessarily something new for me. But this palette here is sick. Can't wait to do more with it. And then obviously this green shade here from the other palette, I love it probably more than I should. You know what? I like the liquid blush. I like the new blushes. I like the mascara. Lip light. I like everything. Like, I genuinely do really, really like everything. And of course, my favorite is this guy for many reasons, but also because it's just bloody great. I feel like the Kellogg's Tiger or something with the amount of times I've just said how great this is. All right guys, so that is it for today's video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me, because I upload every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. And of course, if you do pick up my Milk and Cookies highlighter, please tag me in your pictures, your videos, your stories, whatever. I would just love to see you wearing it. I'll probably cry every time someone tags me in it. I really hope you love it, and links to everything that I chucked on my face will of course be down below in the description box. And yeah, just thank you so much for basically making this happen. And as cringy as it sounds, literally making a dream come true, because I have wanted this for many years. And here it is, my baby. And it smells so good. I didn't even mention it at the start. It smells of cookies. Yep, cookie dough. It's great. Anyway, I'm now gonna go and take 1,000,001 selfies because I want to document this makeup look because I'm so happy with it. But I also want to go and have a bath and chill out and play Mario on my Switch for the next hour or so. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this makeup look down below. But apart from that, that is it from me. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I didn't do my thing. Bye. Sorry.